Hello, myself, Dr. Tippeswamy Gunchigara, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, GVPP Government First Year College, Agribamnalli, Ballari District. Our college is affiliated under VSK University. Today I am going to take the class regarding reduction formulas. It is prescribed VSK University for the first year BSc student, that is BSc second semester student, the chapter 2 of paper number 2. What is a reduction formula? I think before going to start my reduction formula, I think you are already familiar in second PU some of the integral term. How to integrate a sine x into dx. I think you know that minus cos x. If you integrate the sine square x into dx can be written as, by using a multiple angle formula, cos 2x can be written as 1 minus 2 sine square x. It can be written as integration of 1 minus cos 2x divided by 2 into dx. We get a solution. Similarly, we can integrate a sine cube x into dx. We are using a sine 3x formula, we get a solution. Similarly, go on finding a solution of sine to the power of 8x into dx. I think it is very difficult to find the solution. It is a very tedious technique. To avoid this situation, we are going to concentrate the reduction formulas. Okay, I think you know that what is the syllabus prescribed in the reduction formulas in the second semester. Just I want to take there are totally 7 derivations are there. Before going to start the reduction formula, what is reduction formulas? A formula which expresses the given integral in terms of other, which is very simple form, is called a reduction formula. The very important note here, it is a very simple form, is very clearly mentioned. Okay, next it can also be defined like this. A reduction formula, it is an helpful or enables us to reduce the degree of the integrand and calculate the integral value in the finite number of steps. According to the syllabus, it mentioned totally 7 derivation, that is integration of sine to the power of nx, and similarly integration of cos to the power of nx, and tan to the power of nx, and cot to the power of nx, and secant to the power of nx, and cosecant to the power of nx. Finally, we are going to derive the multiplication of sine to the power of nx into cos to the power of mx. Again, these formula can also be derived for a definite integrals. Okay, today we are going to concentrate on how to derive the reduction formula for sine to the power of nx into dx. Before going to where n is an integer, you should remember. First, I want to represent this integral as in is equal to integration of sine to the power of nx into dx. The n is the power of n sin x, n is the subscript. We are representing the power of the function is an in. Okay, all the reduction formula can be derived by using an integration by parts. You should remember here. Okay, now I am going to reduce the function as sine to the power of n minus 1 x into sin x into dx. Just I want to, by using theory of indices, I am writing sine to the power of nx as sine to the power of n minus 1 x into sin x. The next we are going to use the integration by parts. The integration of uv into dx can be written as u into integration of v minus that is understood into dx. Okay, integration of v into dx into u dash into dx. This is an integration by parts. I am consider this is a differentiable term, this is an integrable term. I am writing like this. That is u into this sine to the power of n minus 1 x into integration of sin x is minus cos x minus times of integration of, that is integration of v nothing but a minus cos x into differentiation of sine to the power of n minus 1 x can be written as n minus 1 into sine to the power of n minus 2 x into differentiation of sin x is a cos x into a dx. Can be written as minus sine to the power of n minus 1 x into a cos x minus into minus become a plus, these two into we can take n minus 1 is an outside into integration of cos x into cos x become a cos square x into sine to the power of n minus 2x into a dx. Okay, observe, continue the procedure. Minus sine to the power of n minus 1 x into cos x, we can take already n minus 1 is an outside. Okay, now integration of, observe the result, you are calculating the value for sine to the power of nx, but is having a cos square x. We can write cos square x as 1 minus sine square x. You can substitute here 1 minus sine square x into sine to the power of n minus 2x into a dx. It can be written as minus sine to the power of n minus 1x into cos x plus n minus 1 into integration of 1 minus 1 into sine to the power of n minus 2 become sine to the power of n minus 2x into dx. Again plus into minus become a minus n minus 1 into sine square x into sine to the power of n minus 2. It become integration of sine to the power of nx into a dx. Observe the result here. You can take a calculation. Finally further sine to the power of n minus 1x into a cos x plus n minus 1 into sine power n minus 2x into dx can also be written as, this notation is an in. We can write it as in minus 2 minus n minus 1 of, what is sine power nx? We are representing by in. I am writing like this, that is an in. You can continue like this. Observe the result. Right hand side is also an in. The left hand side is also an in. You can transfer this term to right hand side term to LHS. Okay, what happens in the solution here? Okay, observe. Okay, I'm writing here. That is in into left hand side is already one in term is there. From the right to left you are bring this is equal to n minus 1 is equal to minus times of cos to the power of n minus 1x into sin x. Sorry, this is equal to, formula is minus sine to the power of n minus 1 x into a cos x, that is plus n minus 1 into n minus 2. We can observe the result, minus 1 plus 1 get cancels, then in is equal to minus sine to the power of n minus 1x into cos x plus n minus 1 by n into in minus 2. You can represent this is also by n because we are dividing the term. Okay, now we can write what is the final formula. In is equal to integration of sine to the power of nx into dx can be written as minus sine to the power of n minus 1x into cos x divided by n plus n minus 1 by n into in minus 2. This is the final result we can calculate. Okay, this is for only indefinite integrals. We can continue the procedure on the other end. We are integrating the same function between the limits 0 to pi by 2. What happens in the solution? I am integrating. In is equal to integration from 0 to pi by 2 sine to the power of nx into dx can be written as minus sine to the power of n minus 1x into cos x divided by n. The limits of integration is 0 to pi by 2 plus n minus 1 by n into in. Observe the result, it is not necessary. Okay, now the first term can be calculated. Sin pi by 2 is 1, cos pi by 2 is 0, finally upper limit is 0. Finally the lower limit, sin 0 is 0, cos 0 is 1, finally the first term of the above result is 0. The finally we can remaining the only single term n minus 1 by n into in. This is an in is equal to, it is not a it is in minus 2. This is the value. It is not a final result. We have to take the recurrency of this function here. Just I am going to replace for continuation part n by n minus 2, n minus 4, n minus 6 and so on. Just observe what happens in the solution finally we get. Okay, in the previous result I want to substitute here in is equal to, this is the final result we get, n minus 1 into in minus 2. I am calculating this is an equation number 1. we are replacing n by n minus 2 in the above result. It becomes n minus 2 is equal to n minus 3 by n minus 2 into in minus 4. Okay, similarly, we can replace in minus 4 is equal to, in the above formula, n minus 4. This is n minus 5 divided by n minus 4 into in minus 6. We can continue this procedure. Finally, depend upon the n is an even or n is an odd, we get a solution. I want to summarize the result like this. And in is equal to, finally I am writing n minus 1 by n into in minus 2. Instead of in minus 2, I am writing here result is in is equal to n minus 1 by n into in minus 2 can be written as n minus 3 by n minus 2. In minus 4 can be written as n minus 5 divided by n minus 4. We can continue this procedure until and unless we get a two type of values at the end. If n is even or n is odd. The odd is representing 1, even is representing a 0. I am separating, calculating an I0. I0 means an integration from 0 to pi by 2. I0 means sine to the power of 0x into a dx. Can be written as, that is integration of dx. Very simple it is. Finally, what is the value? dx with x 0 to pi by 2. Final solution is pi by 2. If n is an even, we get a last value is pi by 2. We can calculate for odd value, that is 0 to pi by 2 sine x into a dx. Can be written as, the integration of sine x is a cos x is 0 to pi by 2 can be written as minus times of, what is cos pi by 2? 0, cos 0 is 1. Finally, minus into minus becomes a plus. It becomes 1 is the result. Clearly, when continue the recurrency of this result, in is equal to n minus 1 divided by n into in minus 2, and similarly, we can conclude the result. What is the final result for this? In is equal to integration from 0 to pi by 2 sine to the power of n minus 2x into a dx. Can be written as, finally, n minus 1 divided by n, you can write like this, into n minus 3 by n minus 2. We can continue like this. We take a two cases. If n is an even, when is an even means the last value is in a pi by 2, definitely we can expect the solution is 1 by 2. If n is even. If you take an n it is an odd, n minus 1 by n into n minus 3 divided by n minus 2. Finally, we get it is value is multiplied by last number is 1 because n is an odd here. Definitely, we can expect the last term is 2 by 3 if n is odd. We can summarize the result finally. I am going to write both the results. We have to recap the solution here. Okay, now finally I am writing the result. Okay, first result. If it is an indefinite integral, the integration of sine to the power of nx into dx can be written as, okay, minus sine to the power of n minus 1x into a cos x divided by n plus n minus 1 by n into in minus 2. Similarly, what is the value of a definite integral 0 to pi by 2 sine to the power of nx into a dx can be written as, if n minus 1 by n into n minus 3 divided by n minus 2 and so on. If it is right, a 1 into 2 by 3 if n is odd here. If you take the same result, n minus 1 by n into n minus 3 divided by n minus 2 and so on. If it is a pi by 2, the last number is 1 by 2 if n is even. Observe the result very clearly. We can calculate the solution for cos x also. In is equal to integration of cos to the power of nx into dx can be written as. Observe the result. We can reduce the term cos to the power of n minus 1x because the integration of cos to the power of nx can be written as a cos to the power of n minus 1 into cos x. Cos x integration is a sin x divided by n. We can write plus n minus 1 divided by n into in minus 2. We can represent the same formula for the definite integral pi by 2 into cos to the power of nx into a dx, then written as the same result, nothing will be changes, n minus 1 by n minus 3 divided by n minus 2 and so on. If it is an odd, end with an 1. If it is an even, you can multiply with pi by 2. The last number is 1 by 2. Why? Because these two values are same in the definite integral. We have the property 0 to a f of x into a dx can be written as 0 to a f of a minus x into a dx. If we take one example, sin to the power of pi minus x is a cos x here, 0 to a means 0 to pi by 2. We get the same type of result, both cos to the power of nx and sin to the power of nx in the case of a definite integrals. Okay, let me look one example regarding these two properties or these two results here, standard result. I will take one example here. Okay, find the solution of integration of sin to the power of 8x into dx if it is the integration from 0 to pi by 2. I am calling it as the first subscript I8 is equal to, because n is an 8, is equal to integration from 0 to pi by 2 sin to the power of 8x into dx can be written as, okay, what is the formula? Start with n minus 1 into, means 8 minus 1 is 7, n minus 3 is equal to, means 5, n minus 5 is equal to, that is 3, finally n minus 7 is equal to 1. Finally the denominator is n minus 2, n minus 4, n minus 6 into, if n is an even, definitely the 8 is an even number, we get a solution for this. Okay, now we can simplify, 3 1 ja 3 2 ja 6. Final solution is 35 pi divided by 256. We can take one more example regarding, I am taking a cos to the power of nx, 0 to pi by 2 cos to the power of 9x into a dx is equal to, you can observe the result formula is same thing, n minus 1 means that is an 8, n minus 3 is 6, the next is 4, the next is 2 divided by the next n minus 2 nothing but a 7, then 5, then 3. If it is an n is an odd, we are multiply with a 1 number, because I1 is a 1 because n is an odd number. Finally, if you simplify, finally you get a solution for this like this, 128 divided by 315. Very interesting factor you can observe here, sin to the power of 8, if it is an even, all the numerators are odd numbers. Denominators are same thing, that is an even number. If n is an odd number, the interesting factor is numerator is always an even, the denominator is all the same thing, that is called even. You can say one clarification here, 0 to pi by 2 sin to the power of 8x into dx is equal to 0 to pi by 2 of cos to the power of 8x into dx. Exactly we get a same solution. I think already discussed in the beginning itself. We have the integration property 0 to f of x into a dx. We can write it as 0 to a into f of a minus x into dx. Okay, now this is the final conclusion. I want to say that, okay, finally, in the next class we are going to discuss about some more problems regarding the same thing, reduction formulas.